us would agree that our winter has been pretty mild this year, but the change in weather patterns is actually creating some concerns for many Wisconsin industries. Our Jamie Perez takes a look at how changing climate is creating an uncertain future for some of Wisconsin's most profitable industries, like maple syrup.
The sounds of Wisconsin's melting snow might make a lot of us excited for spring. But for many Wisconsin industries, like the maple syrup industry,
it affects everything in our natural world.
This sound reminds them of the impacts that our changing climate has on our future.
Earlier warm-ups and bud break are going to shorten the season, and that's what we're very scared about.
One of David Stevens' passions is making his own maple syrup, and he's not alone. Maple syrup brings in about $7 million annually to our state. In order to get a good maple syrup season,
what we look for are freezing nights, sunny and above freezing days. We get too warm, or we stay too warm at night, we find the sap does not run.
The future isn't looking too great.
If we do continue to see these trends of warmer temperatures, it will shorten the window of sap flow.
Winters are warming in Wisconsin. Spring is getting here sooner, and maple syrup season is getting shorter. As this trend continues, producers won't be able to make as much syrup, and you will end up paying more for it. But this story is not just about maple syrup. Cranberries, for example, bring in about $1 billion to Wisconsin's economy every year. Those face an uncertain future. On top of that, there's even certain fish that can no longer live in our lakes because of the rising lake temperatures.
The identity of our state has largely been affected by climate change and will continue to do so.
Michael Notaro has been studying climate change at UW-Madison for 2 decades. He showed us these maps, color-coding Wisconsin's warming trends and what the future trends will look like.
In central and northwestern Wisconsin, that the amount of wintertime temperature warming has been in the order of 3 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit.
And that's in the last 50 years. It's expected to continue at this rate in the next 50 years as well.
Yeah, I think it would be a travesty.
And as work is being done on the local, state, and national level to find a way to slow this down, Wisconsin's character industries face uncertain futures.
By the end of the century, when we have a much shorter winter season, when we don't have frozen lakes, that's going to change our understanding of what is Wisconsin.
In Madison, Jamie Perez, News 3 Now.
And the staff over at Climate Central has given us some information to show just exactly how our springs have been warming. Since 1970, over the last 50 years, our average spring temperature from March 1st through the end of May has risen by 1.7 degrees here in Madison. Now, days of above normal temperatures during the spring, that's risen by 8 days since 1970. And as far as the date of the last frost, that has dropped by almost 2 weeks from May 14th to around April 30th since last year. So you can see just how our climate has been changing around here. Now,